today, companies want content. Whatever industry you're in, people want content. Now, if you look at, let's just look at some industries, right? The news industry is essentially a content industry because every single night they present new features to you, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 minutes, news features of content. Okay, my friend, raise your drink up. What drink is that?
Red Bull.
Say it louder.
Red Bull.
Red Bull. Everybody know the brand Red Bull?
Yeah.
Okay, aside from drinks, tell me something else that's got the Red Bull logo on it.
Cars.
Cars, what else?
Things. Skydiving.
Skydiving.
Extreme sports. All extreme sports.
Extreme sports. Over this side, come on. We've got a boy band here in the corner that's really smart, I can tell for sure. The guy who's smiling, what else do you think about with Red Bull? Music? Yeah, energy drink as well. And that's, of course, that goes full circle. The reason why Red Bull are able to create all these thoughts in your mind is because Red Bull is doing what most modern media companies do, which is what most modern brands do, which is they think like a media company. They think in terms of putting media out first and then letting the product benefit from all the attention that the media gets. In fact, does everybody remember the guy that jumped from space and he had the Red Bull logo on him?
Yeah.
That was one of the first examples ever of Red Bull producing a piece of content and the news weren't giving it for free. The news organizations who normally get the content as a story didn't get it for free. They had to pay for it to show it on their news channel. Because normally when we create a piece of media, a bit of PR, we want to give that to as many news organizations as possible. Because the more news organizations that cover it on the news, in the papers, on the blogs, everywhere else, the more attention it gets for our brand. But Red Bull's got to a stage where it's so big that its content is its own. And it decides who benefits from the content. And that's the reason why you're all going to do better than people that are not in this room right now. Quite frankly, that's the reason why you're going to get the jobs that you want, and in my hope, you guys will get the kind of situations that you want to be in. Because what content you create about yourself, you yourself, the individual, is the content that's going to give you that head start in your career. When we're talking about qualification, when we're talking about salary, when we're talking about job description, when we're talking about experience, isn't it ironic that the first thing that you need to do when you want to go for one of those jobs, what's your name? Angie? Angie hit the nail on the head. No matter what job we go for, it comes down to a staple here and 2 pieces of paper. Today's talk is about content. What's this? What's a CV? Marketing. What's this? Content, right? You're giving them content. Why would you want to put your whole career and all your experience and everything that you're smart at and everything that you're passionate about onto 2 pages? Imagine if you could walk into somebody's office for the job that you want. We've got people here that do international relations, finance, marketing, business administration. Some of the friends that I made earlier on before we started the lecture. Wouldn't it be more interesting, at the very least, if you showed them a 23-second video about everything it is that makes you awesome? Start creating content about your thoughts in this area. I'll give you an example. Scenario A, you go to an interview. You're one of the lucky people where these 2 pieces of paper get accepted and you get to go to a stage 1 interview. You sit across the table from Mr. Bossman, and Mr. Bossman says to you, question A, and you give answer A. He gives you question B, you give him answer B. C, C, D, D, and so on. And then you leave, and you hope that there's something about your personality, or something about your attitude, or something about your smile that's going to make this guy give you a job, or this lady give you a job. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that that's the world that we live in 2015. Let me take you to scenario B. This is the way I hustle. Let me take you to scenario B. This is the way I see the world today. Mr. Bossman or Mr. Boss Lady asks you a question, question A. The question is, so, what do you think about the US federal interest rates? And you give the answer. You're meant to give the answer because you're meant to know what you're talking about. But in scenario B, you say, funnily enough, you should ask that question. Here's my opinion. But if you want to know a little bit more, I have a blog. of my own, which is myname.com. Or I have a blog, which is mynameinfinance.com. Or I have a Tumblr page. Or I have a medium.com blog. Or a WordPress blog that not only answers your question with 2 or 3 paragraphs about what I think, but I've also gone on the web and grabbed a video from CNN, grabbed a video from Al Jazeera, grabbed a video from Huffington Post, and I've put it together in a little pack, which summarizes what the whole world is saying about this subject. The reason why I've done that is because I care about this subject. I genuinely, passionately, without you telling me, or without you asking me about this, I've already put the answer down here somewhere on the web. When somebody sees that you can do something by yourself, and what results you can get by yourself, as a business person or as a media company, the first thing they want to do is they want to scale it. They want to make it bigger. Because you've shown you can make a small version of it, they want to make it bigger. If an accountancy firm asks you, what's your opinion on the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, and you've already got an example of that you've created yourself, then they know that if this guy or girl can do it by themselves, then when I bring them into my firm, and I put them in front of my clients, they're ready to rock. I just need to give this person a salary. I don't need to train them to be proactive. I don't need to train them to go and do their own research. I don't need to train them to gather all the information and package it together in a way that somebody can consume it, like their audience or my clients. So even they are looking at scaling you up.